Hello and welcome to the video for Thursday, August 27th for interactive design. I'm going to go ahead and let everybody into the class. Hello. Hi Spike. How you doing? Okay. Okay, I'm going to bring up the attendance so we can mark who's in the class. Okay, so I see Spike and Trevor. How you guys? How you doing? Let's see, Spike, Trevor. Okay, here's Grady coming in. Hello, Grady. And trying desperately to mark him present. There's some weirdness with this software. Okay, there we go. How you doing today, Grady? Oh, I guess I better open my chat so I can see how you're doing. Okay. Okay, so looks like there's still a few people left to join the class, so why don't we just hang tight for a second and give them a chance to join up, and then we can get started. I'm good, Grady, thank you. Let's see, James Donaldson. Okay, let's see, we're waiting for Latisse and Renee. Let's give them a second, see if they pop in. And then we'll get started, so just hang tight, guys. Okay. Hi, Amelia. Oh,
Hi.
how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. What's new? Anything?
No. No, just a lot
Same.
of stuff going on.
Have you did you actually sign up for the class?
I need to get an actual email from you so that I can send it to Adrian.
That says
Um,
okay.
yeah,
All right.
permission to sign in.
Okay, let me do that right now. Is there anything about you have the prerequisites for the class or do you know?
Um, Adrian just said he needed the email for the late scheduling or late sign-in.
Okay, so well, I tell you what, I'll do that. We'll take a break a little later, and I'll do that. I think I'm going to start the class because I don't know. There's a couple people who aren't here, but I don't know what's going on. They may have doctor's appointments that may not come, so we'll just get started. So, okay, well, welcome, guys. I hope you're having a good week so far. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the class website. Let's see, and then I will share my screen so we can look at what's going on here. Okay, so we're going to share the screen. Here it is. Okay, so um, we do have a final hybrid schedule here. And let me show you what that is. I'm going to open it up. Uh, so, okay. this is our final hybrid schedule. So let's see. Um, we are a what's called a yellow class, and the yellow classes are the ones that are going to meet on weeks that start with odd numbers. So that means we are actually going to come into school next week. Um, so if you, I'm going to take this form right now and I'm going to post it on the class website so you guys can check it out. But basically, this class is just simply going to meet every other Tuesday at Pima in room CG11, which is the third room on the right, past the stairs when you come to the main doors, the glass doors. And then these are the dates. These are all the dates that we're going to meet throughout the whole semester in person, right? And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to go ahead and upload this information to the class website. I'm going to link it to this text right here so that you guys can go ahead and download it or just reference it whenever you need to. Okay, so I'll go down here where it says final hybrid schedule, and I will upload this bad boy. Okay, and then just link that here and update it. Okay, so now it's there. Let's see, it looks like we got something in the chat here. If we have to miss a class, can we just shoot you an email and check the website for what we miss? Yes, of course. No problem, Trevor. Okay, so here on the class website, on today's post, week 2, and you scroll down to Thursday, and then there's the schedule if you want to download that for yourself. Okay, so I want to check in with you guys. So on Tuesday, we talked about, you know, I put together a sample Labor Day ad, and we talked about creating demographics for the ad that we want to create. And I gave you guys a little sample file, the sample demographics template that I made. Let me shrink this down so we can see it, right? And I'm wondering if you guys had a chance to work on that at all. Did anybody work on their demographics a bit?
Yeah, I uploaded one and I shared a folder with you.
Okay, cool. Let's check it out. Okay, and Grady's worked on one too. Okay, put this down at the bottom. Let's go down into the email. Okay, and then okay, so Amelia is doing the ad about the NBC Peacock streaming service. I'm glad you're doing this ad because I don't know anything about it. I hope your ad can teach me what the heck's going on with this.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it yet either. Well, just for my research for this.
Okay, so now is your research based on like are these numbers based on just your intuitive sense of who NBC is courting, or did you do any actual research or?
Well, I did some research on the age. So it seems like the main part of Peacock is to bring a younger viewer audience in.
Okay, that's
Um,
cool.
and it said something like the majority of nightly NBC viewers are 65 years old.
Wow.
And
Might as well just back the trucks up right now and
yeah,
load them up. Okay, go ahead.
and so they said they were trying to bring in a like 18 to 35-year-old demographic.
Okay.
Um, but I didn't know if I should actually put that for my for the age on here. So I chose 16 to 55 because I thought that was more realistic.
It's a wider swath of the population.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, but that's all really interesting. I'm glad you did that research because that'll be helpful. So, okay, let's look at our data here. Let me see if I can make this any bigger so it's easier to see. Um, so we've got the age range that she mentioned of 16 to 55. There, people are able to sign up for free, and the appeal is live news, sitcoms, and original content, right? The sex will be both sexes. There's no credit card. Talk shows and sports appeal to those different demographics, men and women. Location: urban, suburban, live news. Income: 15,000 to 70,000. Occupation: families, working class, kid friendly, friendly movies. Okay, so interesting. So, what do you guys think about her demographics here? You think you know, they seem like they're pretty on par with what you would expect from like an NBC audience, or do you see any of these numbers that you think might change a little bit? I I'm interested in this number right here, this 15,000 to 70,000. Because 15,000 is a really small number. That's like college students, and that's college students living in a box, right? Um, I'm just kidding, but yeah. So, and the reason that you probably have that number is because it's free, right?
Mhm.
And so it's going to appeal to the free people, right? The people who can't afford anything else, they can watch it on their phones and stuff like that. So that could be a young audience, that could be a college age audience, right? So your ad should definitely. It seems like it should be something that as well as appealing to the urban and suburban, mom and pops, should hit the college students too. So, what
Okay.
what does that tell you as in terms of like content and colors and music and stuff like that? What does that make you think of for your ad?
To like what to include for more college age audiences?
Yeah,
Well, I think probably younger shows, some animated shows. Um, I guess like a lot of comedy stuff.
yeah, those are all good, and like shows where everybody gets half naked on an island and tries to get together with each other.
Oh yeah, those ones.
Yeah, those Netflix crazy shows, or yeah. So okay, that sounds good. And then of course you got kid family friendly movies for the little ones, right? The Rugrats. Okay, that all sounds really good. Um, so do you think your ad is going to try and skirt right in the middle between the college age and the sort of working adults, or is it going to skew more towards the younger part of your demographic?
I think it's gonna skew younger. I think that would be the group intended to catch on first
Okay,
because it is free.
okay. Um, how do you think the younger audience is going to react to seeing all the different logos? Do you think they'll be interested in that because it's interesting because they're all different?
I think so. I think it'll show that NBC actually has something to offer as a streaming service.
Okay. And because they've sort of evolved, so to speak.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. It looks really good. I think you did a nice job here. Fleshing this out. Obviously we don't have a research arm of Pima, so we can't tell if these numbers are correct or anything, but it's as good as anyone would hope. So I think you did a good job there.
Thank you.
Um, okay. And has anything else changed about the actual content of your ad? Is it still the same plan?
Yeah, I put a page up of all the logos I'm using,
Oh, good.
but it's
Oh,
just
wow.
a picture for now.
What do you guys think of these logos? I really like the one they ended up with, and I like the really retro ones. The ones in the middle between that there then and now are not. I don't think they're that interesting. Like these right here don't do anything for me. This one seems like it's on the right track, but it's a bit too much. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And this one, I think they should arrest the person who made this one.
Yeah, those ones they talked about they did very poorly.
Um, okay, now Trevor had a comment about your interesting information. He said, seems pretty accurate to the audience. Trying to get NBC to get a younger audience will be interesting. I can't name many shows, so I'll be interesting to see the product. Okay, so he's the potential audience member. And so it kind of reminds me of like, do any of you guys have like Apple TV or like, Apple's new, I don't know what it's called, appletv.com. Any of you guys have that? No? Okay. I got it because I bought a new iPhone and they give it to you free for 6 months. And let me show you something about that. So let's see, appletv.com. I think this is a good example of what a streaming company does when they try to attract a certain audience, right? Now, if you look at Apple TV, the first thing they did was they recruited a bunch of name stars like Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon, and they threw them into a series, right? And then they came up with a bunch of series. Let me see. Let me log into this damn thing. Uh, Apple TV. I got to figure out how to get there. Apple TV. Give me a second here. App. How do I get into this damn thing? Apple TV app. Admit. Okay. Oh, watch now. Here we go. It was right in front of me. So, like, when you're deciding whether you're going to keep like an app or something, you're going to keep paying for it. What do you guys do when you're deciding like if you're going to keep something like this? What do you do? Okay, what I do is I just click in here and I look through it and see what they've got and if it's worth it to me. And like Apple's a great example of like what NBC is going to have to do. So, they've only got a few shows. And so they have a sci-fi show that has what's his name in it, the Aquaman, and they have Steve Carell. They've got a show about a girl who wants to be a musician. They've got some comedies, uh, a big Tom Hanks movie, right? So, like, if you look at these, what's that dude's name? Uh, the Aquaman guy? I forget.
Momoa, Jason.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So he's kind of a hot property. So of course they've got something for the kids. So and it's not going to take me very long to go through all their shows because they have like 12 of them or something like that. But you can see this is kind of what NBC is going to have to do. Is they've got an Oprah show, and then I don't even know what that is. It looks like it's sports. Here's sci-fi, and then they're basically done after that, right? So it's, I mean, sure, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of people work on those, but it's really not that many shows. And when I look at them, I'm like, I don't really see any standout shows that make me want to stick around. So like, because I have to pay for this, I'm going to discontinue it, right? But the reason I'm pointing this out to you is because of what Trevor said, which is like, he's like, I don't really, if somebody asked me to name a show on NBC, I couldn't do it, If they said they give me $1,000, I couldn't do it, and I couldn't do it either because what the hell, does NBC even exist, right? Like, who knows what's on NBC? So I think they have a pretty high mountain to climb. And you can even look at Apple. Everybody wants to get into the streaming game, and Apple, they have all this money and they have this client base. And the way that they got into it was, they threw some money at some people and they said, okay, let's get some startup shows. But then they did this trick, which is what me got into it, or got me into it, was if you bought a free iPhone, hey, it's free 6 months, right? And then the trick is that if you're not paying attention when that 6 months expires, it automatically goes over to them charging you, and then boom, they've got subscribers. So it's a little bit of a tricky move. And I'm going to try and leap out before my 6 months is up. But I think this is a fair analogy of what NBC is up against. Okay, so let's see, what else have we got here? So, okay, Trevor says he likes the logos. It's cool to see the variety. I only knew about the last one. How often do I watch a show on a given app? Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, what is it that makes you guys go for these apps anyway? Is it usually just a specific show? Like, I mean, I know you guys are college students, so you're kind of busted financially, so you're probably not out there signing up for 12 apps a day, but like, what would it be that would make you join Netflix? What would it be that would make you join Amazon Prime? Would it be just having something, anything to watch? Would it be a specific show, like I said?
And a
I
good
think
place
it
for them
would
to
have to be
start
the
is to be YouTube.
specific show.
Okay, so Amelia, you said a specific show, and what did you say, Spike?
I said a good place for them to start it would be for them to be YouTube.
For them to be YouTube? Yeah, you're
Sure.
right. That is a good place to start. And then Amelia, you said a specific show, right?
And I'm with Amelia because that's why I usually sign up for something and then I'll decide after my free trial if it's like worth it. But a week is really not long enough. They need to give like a 30-day free trial.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I heard that all of the Miyazaki animations were going to be on HBO's new streaming service, HBO
Mm.
Max, and that's the only reason I gave a hoot about that thing. I'm like, how do I get HBO Max? Because I want to see all the Miyazaki stuff. So, and then I think it might be HBO Max too. I might, or no, maybe this is Peacock actually. And I think we talked about this. Didn't they get all the Harry Potter movies? Does that sound familiar to anybody?
Not familiar at all to me.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so that would be it. Is like nowadays when all the streaming services are competing with each other, you have to get like your golden calf. It's got to be either, that you have the whole Breaking Bad series, or you have Harry Potter, or you've got
Or
all
like
Star Wars films,
Disney.
or Disney, right? Disney's got everything, man. And
Jay-Z does it with music. Like Jay-Z can only get his stuff on Tidal, which is his streaming platform.
I know exactly. And that program, that platform had Prince for a while too, right?
I didn't know that because I
Yeah.
didn't.
He was exclusive to that for a while, and those are the big fish that haul the other people in. But let's see. So Trevor says variety and sometimes certain shows. Netflix does have exclusive shows, like I like Umbrella Academy and a few others. I like Umbrella Academy. Did you like the new season, Trevor? Yeah, you thought it was good. Did you watch all of them? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you loved it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought the first season was really good. All right, so cool. Well, thank you. Let's see. And I just bought the first volume to read soon. Is it a comic book? Oh, graphic novel, huh? Cool. All right. Yeah, because it's based on a graphic novel, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, I bet the graphic novels are pretty good. Okay, so nice job, Amelia. I'm very interested in seeing how NBC is going to do, and how your ad's going to help them pull people to their service. Um, okay, yeah, it says it was written by Gerard Way from MCR My Chemical Romance. Oh, really? So the musician guy also wrote the comic book? That's very cool. Um, all right, so let's go over. I know that Grady has one too. So let's see what he's got. How you doing, Latisse?
I'm
Okay,
doing good. Thanks. Sorry I'm late.
well, it's okay. So Grady 252, open. Uh, let's see. Maybe August 26th. All right, let's see. I got to be reminded what Grady's doing. Oh yeah, Fade at Midnight, web design, right? Okay, Grady. So I'll read this and then you can pipe in with any comments. Let's see. People who need a website, what they like, design aesthetics, demonstration of a skill, what they want from me, professional website, visually pleasing design functionality, sales pitch, cheap websites, 20% off website branding, 10% off design. People who like the astronomy aesthetic. Okay, aesthetic pleasing, astronomy stars, visually pleasing design with a specific style, astronomy promo codes, visually oriented advertising. People who like science fiction, stylistically appeals, font styles, dystopian or utopian lingo or style, Star Trek versus Fallout, futuristic style website, a modern website design with a personality, sci-fi promo codes. Oh, I like that sci-fi, 10% off sci-fi designs, 10% off sci-fi websites. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so he's taken a very specific aesthetic, which is, this sort of galaxy futuristic sci-fi aesthetic, and he's going to use that to market his site. And he thinks that maybe it will appeal to people who like sci-fi and astronomy, and
Yeah, I
also
love that.
Yeah, you like that?
I love it. Yeah, I like the savings for the sci-fi themed designs and websites. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's extremely clever. I never thought of something like that. Now, you know what that does also is it gives them a place to market this, which is like sci-fi conventions and Star Trek premieres and stuff like that, right? Fan meetings, online fan meetings and stuff like that.
And
Now,
NASA.
at NASA, yeah,
Yeah, some NASA
Space
themes.
Camp, Space Camp. He could paint a big banner on the side of his van and park it outside Space Camp. Of course, they'd arrest him for for being there, but you know, at least he gets some publicity for it. Um, okay, now about these numbers, 20% off website branding and 10% off design, but then we get 10% off down here for design and website. So, how do these line up? Are we going to get so I'm trying to figure something out here.
So are you saying, Greg, like, how do you not give away all your savings? Like, if I come in and get a design, and it's a sci-fi design, am I going to get 10% off my design and 10% off my, because it's sci-fi?
Yeah, so that's what I'm wondering. It's like, I mean, it's really clear down here, 10% off of each of these. But then I guess I'm a little confused as to what qualifies as website branding and what qualifies as design, and why is it 20% off here where I only get 10% here, right? So, okay, so Grady's saying probably only one sale at a time. So these are all just different.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, these are
You have
different.
different sales in rotation, so you can be.
Okay, yeah. And then let's get a little reminder of what his graphics look like. Okay, so this was his original thought, and then it looks like he also has a storyboard. But before we go to the storyboard, uh, any thoughts about his demographic research? Are you guys thinking that he's heading in the right direction?
I just don't want him to get lost with just sci-fi clients, because doing web design is such a great skill. Like, wanting to make sure you get appeal to everybody that's going to seek your services based off your skills and abilities and talents.
Yeah, like that's an excellent point. What if, he's done a really good job of focusing on one niche market. What if he decided he was going to rotate it and focus on a different niche market, on a regular basis, like every week or every month? So this week it's sci-fi, next week it's comic book people, the week after that it's, it could be something a lot more sort of middle of the road, like, restaurants or people who like football. I mean, you could, or he could stick in sort of a genre, which is like people who like board games, people who like video games, people who like comics, people who like sci-fi. There's sort of a thread that ties a lot of those people together. People who like modern music, modern art. He could be describing a demographic that is sort of youthful and interested in very creative things, and he may want to stick in that field. But like Letitia's saying, what happens? Are you missing out on all the real estate websites? Are you missing out on all the car dealership websites? Do you want to miss out on that, all that? What's the idea? So multiple ads for different niches he wrote. Okay, so yeah, he's thinking along those lines that he's gonna appeal to specific demographic bases at different times. So this then, in essence, is just an example of his whole battle plan for just one demographic, right? One niche. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take a look at his storyboard here. Okay, so it looks like he has
Ooh.
some different graphics here, and you can see that, like on this side, it's going from being faded out and smaller to fading in, faded midnight, and then the same is happening here. It's like faded out and it becomes more visible, right? Um, Now we had talked a little bit about if you want to have any kind of logo or graphic at all. Did you think about that, Grady? Like a moon or something? Okay, it says logo zooms in and gains opacity. What about a half faded moon? Yeah, I like that. You guys like that idea for a logo for him? Half faded out moon for faded midnight. Okay, I like that idea. And then you might consider if you could put the F and the M for faded midnight in the moon, you know?
Ooh.
So what if it was like, I'm gonna switch over to like Illustrator here or something, but like, what if it was like, this kind of a moon, and obviously there's going to be some fading aspect to it or whatever. But I guess moons, I guess they have that kind of crescent thing that happens or whatever. So let me cut this so we could get the kind of crescent thing happening. And so can there be like a F over here and an M over here, or could it be this and then say faded midnight, or you know what I mean? Um, so, okay, let me get back to Zoom here. Oh, screw you, Zoom. Okay. All right. So, notes. So the logo zooms in and gains opacity. Okay, so we figured that out from his storyboard here. Text wipe transition. Okay, that's the text kind of wiping off. Smoke moves horizontally from left to right and slightly downward. Okay, so the smoke is kind of leading your eye down through the ad, right? From top left to bottom right. Okay. I think it all looks really good. I'm just, like I said, I'm just missing. It's all text, and so I'm just, well, you could argue there's smoke in the background or whatever, but I'm just missing some kind of graphics. So I'll be interested to see what it looks like if you put your moon logo in there or something. Anybody else have any comments or suggestions for Grady about this?
I like your color palette.
Yeah, it's nice. Gray, white, and yellow. Very nice. Okay, let's see. Now, Trevor, did you say you had something in there too in the folder? I think you did. Let's see. Let's go look for Trevor. Trevor. Where are you? Here. Yes, he does. Okay. Let's see. All right, let me see if I can shrink this bad boy down a little bit. Okay, there we go. So, all right, so the Doom Crew 2020 Fall Drop Sale. Doom Crew is a clothing company that expresses itself through humor. It is meant for everybody, probably not, but these are the shirts and sweatpants to grab your attention for the message. Okay, so the demographic skews very young, 18 and 35, both sexes. So the very first week you start the company is going to be 60% off. The first week you start advertising. The only part I wasn't sure about was income and occupation. Okay, got it. So pictures of clothes, funny taglines. So you're going to be hip, young, and cool. Colors red, white, and black. Income we weren't sure about. 60% off all new clothes. Sense of humor. People who enjoy dark comedy, sarcasm, or unconventional, which is this age range. Showing the logo, make it name recognition. I bought a new Doom Crew shirt. Location, so urban. Showing people of the demographic wearing the clothes, maybe going to an event like a concert. Okay.
I like that. That's great.
Let's see. I'm working on some designs to throw onto the ad. Oh, that's got to happen, I think. For income, what if we put something like 20? Let's say something like 20 to 60K. How does that feel? 20 being the low end, the college student who's working at the record store. Do we even have record stores anymore? Was working at the fast food joint to pay for school, and they spend all their money, but they end up. It looks like they made 20,000, but they don't know where it went. And then the 60,000 is the 35-year-old who's got a job working downtown, and he or she makes 60 grand, and they have some disposable income so they can buy some clothes, right? So like the college student might be the one who like saves up all month to buy the one pair of pants because they think you're cool and they want to wear that logo, and then the urban, more adult 35-year-old, they you know they look at your site on the weekends, and if you're having a good sale and they like your stuff, they buy a few pieces, right? So you're going to try to appeal to both, people with and without money, so to speak. Okay, let me check down here, make sure there's nothing else. So let's take a look at your ad again. Okay, so there's the first ad, and then here is a storyboard. Okay, World's on Fire sale, and then like flames come up. They cover the style name. We cut to the new fall drip. Is that right? Drip or grip? I think it's drip. Drip is in like the content that you're dripping out to us. Okay, got it. Doom Crew drops from the top. It's drip, it's slang. Okay, I'm not cool enough to know slang. I don't even think, I think when I was your age, I wasn't even cool enough to know slang. Okay, it's funny. I'm using the word cool now. I remember distinctly. I remember I was 28 years old, and I went to like New York City. I was working for some company. I went to New York City, and I sat down in a room with a bunch of corporate types. And there was a guy who was probably like 40 or 45, he was an old dude, right? And I remember distinctly that he used the word cool. And I thought, who are you to use the word cool, right? I mean, don't they rescind your license for slang at 30, Anyway, so Doom Crew drops from the top, fall 2020 slides in from the bottom, sale name fades back in. Okay, Doom Crew, the world is on fire, blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right. What do you guys think? Letice, what do you think?
Sorry, I had to go plug the computer in. Let me see. I love it. So
Okay.
are you going to have your logo on the clothes on the front and the back? And are you going to have the logo in the ad as well? What is your logo?
So I don't know. Do you have a logo yet? I mean, this is what we saw, but it doesn't seem like there's a logo in the mix yet. There's not yet. Okay, he's working on the logo right now.
I don't
I
have
think,
one either.
I think the key is to keep it simple, Trevor. Because what you have is you have these very strong concepts, and you don't want to muddy them with a bunch of less important things. So you've got a cool name, Doom Crew or Doom Crew 2020. Doom Crew, I guess is it. You have a cool tagline, "The world is on fire." You've got a
Yeah.
cool graphic, which is the fire, and then
Mm-hmm.
you have your cool clothes. I don't think you need to you need a logo, but I don't think you need much more than that.
Maybe not, though. Maybe he doesn't need a logo if he has the world is on fire sale right there. Or maybe the world is on fire apparel.
Well, I mean, he may not need a graphic logo, but he at least needs a logo type logo where
Yeah,
his Doom Crew is in a font that's so cool that I would pay $50 to have that on my $10 t-shirt. You know what I mean?
so true. Yeah.
Yeah. I went into here's another story about how uncool I am. I went to Phoenix. Have you guys ever been to the Scottsdale Mall in Phoenix? The
Yes.
So really nice mall, right? And I walk into this store. I've been there before. It's a store that sells t-shirts for people that are into skateboarding, right? People that are very young and cool. Guess how much the t-shirts are?
52.96.
Yeah, exactly. They're like $50 to $100. And there's nothing great about them. It's just that they all have this giant logo right here. And I asked the guy, I'm like, okay, I get it. Kids want to be cool. They'll pay $100 for a pair of shoes or whatever. But like, why would you pay $100 for a t-shirt? And then the guy told me what the secret formula was. He said these were companies that were started by Jay-Z and Pharrell Williams.
Hmm.
And those guys just like have money all over them. Anywhere they go, they make money. So, that was the cool factor that made it so that if you bought these tees, you were part of their tribe or whatever, you got some of their halo of magnificence. So that was, what the $100 was worth. So interesting stuff. Okay, from $90. Yes, you're right. They were unbelievable. So you say here, Letice, you were thinking Supreme too. So Supreme what?
Supreme is a clothing brand.
Oh, okay. It's kind of like it's to be an inspiration for this.
Well, yeah, his logo is like that type font across a graphic tee.
Okay.
Have you seen it, Greg? Do you know? Let
No,
me see.
I haven't seen Supreme yet. I'm
Really simple, but it's really like, I don't know, it's got such a story behind it and a rep.
I'm not under 40, so they won't actually let me look at it.
Aw, I barely under 40, so that's probably why I'm in like Flynn.
Okay. Let's see. So he says it's a good idea to go off because they put their logo on everything and it sells so fast and it's a simple
Yeah.
logo, not much to it. Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean that's what it's all
It's
about. I
tied
mean,
to like that skateboard culture too. So what is your clothing brand going to be tied to some sort of, like Greg was saying, how the musicians started that, and then Supreme has the skateboard culture. So maybe if you had some kind of group that it appeals to.
yeah, like maybe you get maybe there's a rock band like how you were just talking about the guy from My Chemical Romance wrote the Umbrella Academy. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe if you pull in a celebrity like that that the kids look up to that you can partner with, on this.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Greg. That way you have that oomph that it's kind of sells. It's really selling itself.
Yeah, because what you're really selling is you're selling the coolness of the artist that people like Billie Eilish is incredibly huge right now. I actually think she was a little more on fire probably 6 months ago or something like that. But if you were marketing to especially young women and you put Billie Eilish's face on anything or her name, then they would buy it because of that association. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, I think it's looking good, and I look forward to seeing the logo and some of these clothing that you're going to do. Okay. Letice, did you get to do time to do anything?
Something thrown in there.
You what?
I have something thrown in there. I have a
Okay.
storyboard and a demographic.
Yes. Okay.
Gotta go down through the files. One more.
Okay. So we've already seen your mock-up. Has that changed any?
No,
Okay.
that's the original.
Okay. So
But my storyboard kind of changed. Like the idea changed a little bit. A
okay.
lot of it.
So okay. So right. So you had that ad where we saw a bunch of travel accessories, and then there was a face mask, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay. So type of ad: discounts on face masks, online shopper, any traveling consumer. So students and medical professionals, 40% off all masks. Appeals a picture of masks. Women and men, colors blue, white, black, gray. Age 18 to 65. Animation medium pace, sleek, a touch of whim or whimsy, right?
Yes, a touch of whim.
You don't want to you don't want to go too fast because you don't want to give the 65-year-olds a heart attack.
Oh, and I gotta keep that whim in there and keep it spicy.
Yeah, I think it has to be 60% whim.
Okay.
Okay, income 15 to 60, 40% off masks, BOGO or free shipping with purchase, question mark. Gift buyers, licensing for sports teams, Disney characters, etc. Location limitless. Okay, cool. Hey, I got to show you guys a mask that I just bought. I think it's pretty cool.
Is that what we hear you crunching the wrapper to get to?
What's that?
Is that what I heard? That crunching of the wrapper? You get into your new mask?
Yeah, I was taking my. Sorry. Or you guys think I was like opening a candy bar? What is that crunching?
I can't wait to see this mask.
It's right here. You just missed it.
Oh, I can't see.
What do you mean you can't see? Oh,
I'm out of the loop. I can see all the classmates, but I can't see you.
wow. Okay.
That's
Well,
okay.
It's a cool. It says Black Lives
Oh,
Matter.
there you are. There you are. Put it back on. Put it back on. Let me see. Yeah, we in here. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So let me ask you guys, what is it? What is it? Obviously we all need masks nowadays, and everybody jumped on the mask bandwagon. What is it that would make you buy a mask from a specific company?
For me, when I started shopping for masks, I was looking for LA Dodgers. Like I wanted specific things to what I liked. So like
Right.
Dodgers in the neighborhoods in Los Angeles that I support artistically, like Leimert Park, stuff like that.
Okay, so in other words, you're like, oh, I have to wear a mask anyway. I might as well advertise things that I like. Like
Right, right,
like buying
right.
a T-shirt for LA Dodgers or whatever.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Okay, what about you, Spike? What's the appeal for masks for you?
Uh, I just wear black normally, so the fact that it's really easy to get a black mask cheap kind of made the whole decision really easy for me.
Okay, yeah. I tend to wear black too. I think I'm a real minimalist when it comes to that stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't want to worry about design. Just give me a black mask, I'll be okay.
I
Um,
like black mask and Dodger mask, and then that's it.
okay. And then the other kind of mask I would probably wear is something ridiculous. Like, I get jealous when I see little kids running around with like a little tiger face mask. I'm like, I want.
Yeah, they're all fly.
Um, okay. Anybody else? Anybody else have an idea of what incentivized them to buy a certain kind of mask? Because we could pass that on to Letice to help in her ad.
No mask.
No mask. Okay.
That's
All right.
okay.
So, what do we think, Letice? Is the big hook here going to be price?
Yeah, price.
Okay. So, a mask in essence has become a commodity because we all need them. So, you know, you're either gonna a lot of people are just gonna buy it based on price alone, and then the people who don't are gonna buy it, like you said, based on association. If it's got a logo they like, or if it's colors they like, or a pattern they like, or whatever.
And quality.
Now, what is it about the fact that they're traveling? Can you make this a special travel mask? Like, okay, I'll give you an example.
I looked up, I don't know. Okay, yeah, give me an example because maybe I'm missing the mark.
This is a bad example, but it's still
Hold
an
on,
example.
I'll
Okay,
take it.
so like I play guitar, and there's a thing called a travel guitar. And a travel guitar is a smaller guitar that like folds up and could go on the plane with you. Or like, you have like travel shampoo, little things of shampoo, and travel shaving kits and stuff like that. Travel toothbrush is this big. So, uh, I'm wondering if you travel a lot, could there be a mask that like folds up really small? Could it come like could it roll up into a little container that folds up and puts in your pocket, or like that whole travel aesthetic where everything is smaller and
Yeah,
compartmentalized?
compact and easy to grab and go.
Yeah,
Maybe have like some kind of disinfecting spray with
maybe
it or
it comes
something.
yeah maybe it comes with it, or maybe it comes in a nice little case where the disinfectant spray is like the top part and the bottom part is empty
The holder
cylinder.
for the mask.
Yeah, you can put the mask and then you can slide that whole canister in your pocket or something. I mean, uh, think about it. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't know that
Oh, I love that.
there is such a thing, but the other possibility would be that it could be ultra disposable because like, okay, I was thinking about getting contact lenses. I've been thinking about it for a while. And then I'm like, well, what should I get? Should I get those daily disposable ones, or should I get the like ones you can wear for a month or whatever? But like if you're traveling, I would think that potentially disposable would be appealing because it's less to carry around in a sense. You have this, like, what if it's a really compact box, like a box that's like this big, and packed inside of it like tissues are 100 masks, but you can fit this box that's the size of a playing card into your back pocket, right? And you just take the mask out like a tissue and you put it on, and then when you got to your destination you throw it away. I mean, just ideas, right?
Okay.
So Trevor's asking, can we get monster masks? Something silly would be fun, more eco-friendly. Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, yeah, eco-friendly. I'm gonna take that and run with it. Thank you.
Okay. All right, and then do we want to see your
Oh, do
story?
you? This is my ad.
Okay.
Well, it was until now I gotta come up with something.
Now you gotta completely redo it.
Now I gotta come up with a compact container, call my friends at Ziploc, see what they got.
Or an eco container. It's got to be made out of bamboo.
Oh my goodness, this is sounding intense.
Maybe it's a container that also acts as a plate. You
You
know.
know what? I don't think so. For them to just throw my mask in the garbage, no way. They get a Ziploc bag.
Okay. Maybe the okay. All right. Let's see. So frame one. So what is this thing I'm looking at? Is that what is the shape?
This here? Oh,
Yeah,
this is a face.
it's a face.
Just a face outline. And then these are clouds behind them, and the clouds will move.
Uh huh.
Like it's the sky moving, clouds moving in the sky. And then I have a little mock-up of this in animation, but I didn't know how to add the stop code, so I'll show you later. But
Okay.
anyways, then it like fades in. It says like a question mark. Right now it says mind on travel. That like fades in where it says add, and then a airplane goes in the background, and then it says 40% off all masks, and then another plane goes by, and then it starts listing what type of mask. So it says medical, customizable, designer, and more. And while that's going on, there's a mask coming up over onto the face.
Okay.
So
I like this. This looks like a giant fly landed on his face right.
it's my airplane because I'm not sure if I want the plane to pull the mask, or if it's just to come up. Do you want to see it? I could drop it in the box.
Sure. I think that you have to keep the sound of the plane that you did. Boo!
Oh, the sound effects for sure have got to come.
Um, there were some really good things in what you said, like when you started listing off the types of masks that you could get.
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting and really appealing. I thought of another idea, which just put this on the list. But what if how everything has an app these days?
Yeah.
What if the trick with this? Okay, I know you're not into the whole disposable mask thing or whatever, but what if this compact box of masks came with an app? And what the app did was it figured out the optimum amount of time to wear this mask and then
What?
to take it out and trade it for another one, right?
That's insane.
Yeah, I know.
But
Uh,
it's a good idea.
okay, well, just put it on the list. Figure out whichever one you want to use.
Well, there should be an app because then it'd be convenient for ordering and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, for
But
getting more and for coupon sending.
right, exactly. There's got to be an app. Okay, Greg, let me see. I don't know how to put a stop code on this, so I'm just going to drop what I have, I guess. Eek. Bear with me.
Okay.
This is just a rough drafty. Okay, it's in there.
So the stop code needs to be in the last frame so it doesn't run forever.
Yeah, and I couldn't remember how to do that, so
Oh, I can show you. Oops. Wait, what am I supposed to do?
I don't know. Did I drop the wrong one?
No, I think it's trying to recover one of my old
Oh.
things. It's okay.
Yeah, because when I test it, it goes on loop, loop, loop. And it doesn't have the airplane yet. So,
Okay, so let me show you how to do the stop.
I
So
may have added an actions layer, but I don't know.
okay, so I'm gonna pull this down a little bit so I can see your layers up here. I can't
Aw.
I can't pull it down. That sucks. Oh wait.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Okay, so you have an action layer here, right?
Yeah, but it's
What you do is you go down to the very last frame, you right click, and you insert a blank keyframe. Okay.
okay.
Then you go up here to Window Actions. You open that window up. If you click on these little angle brackets, it'll open the window called Code Snippets, right?
Okay.
And then I assume you're creating an HTML5 animation, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. So you open up HTML5, you go to, let's see, I think it's timeline navigation. Yeah. And you double click on stop at this frame. And so what it does is it basically just puts in this dot stop parentheses semicolon.
Okay.
The difference between regular Flash and this HTML5 is just that it has like the word this and then dot before stop, because stop is the action for a Flash, regular action script, but HTML5 is actually using JavaScript, and so
Okay.
that's one of the differences. Okay,
When you put that on that top layer, that'll go down through all of the layers, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
when it hits this, it executes the code,
Okay.
so it should stop. So
It's slow. I don't know. The timing might be off. We'll see. Meow. Airplane. Meow.
what do you guys think?
I don't know.
We've got some typing going on here, so
I think it's a really good start.
Thanks, Amelia.
I agree. It actually looks really good already. I think you got a lot going for you. Does that plane have to come up right in the middle of his face and pull the mask? Can it just
No,
go
that
back
was the
behind him
added.
or something?
I'm sorry.
Can it just kind of fly in the friendly skies behind him or something?
Yeah, that was my original idea, but I was running this by some friends, and they're like, "Put the plane, pull it up." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Um, now, is this guy not gonna? I mean, is he eventually gonna have a face? I assume.
Nope,
Oh, really? No face?
no face. He's everybody in disguise.
Is everybody okay?
Relatable. He's a relatable dude.
Well, he is because he's generic. He doesn't have a skin color. We don't even know if it's a he or
Yeah,
she.
he's a relatable dude. That's why the stage is blue.
Okay. Oh, very good. All right. I don't know about the plane. It seems like the plane is going to be a real red herring in a way. I mean, I know that the plane is travel, but I mean, you can always just say travel, but it just seems like the plane is going to be a weird extra thing to me.
Maybe just nix travel altogether and just focus on the whole mask
Maybe,
population.
maybe. What about this idea, Latisse? What if the background changes to be different places that you go in your life?
Okay.
So the mall, the gym, I don't know if you guys go to the mall or the gym, but like Popeye's chicken, or I mean, what I mean, like the doctor's office, school, work, home, like you show these scenes and it says one mask for everywhere, or you know what I mean, whatever. You could show travel by showing different, because the person is traveling, they're just traveling in their life,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay. That's a good idea. Thank you.
Okay. All right. I think it looks really good. You're doing a great job.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Anybody else have anything, or did we get everybody? Okay. So let me go back to here. I'm gonna go back to the website. This is the website, right? Okay. Interactive design. Okay. So some resources for you guys here on the website. Um, so there's this website Banner Snack, and one of the only reasons I'm showing you guys this is because it's a website that like your average Joe could use to make an online banner, right? Banner ad. And so, if you're interested to see how it works, you could sign up, you could try it out. You get to pick colors, and you get to change your font size and dragging graphics. It's almost like Wix. You know how you can make a website with Wix? Well, this lets you make banner ads with a little piece of software. So it's just kind of interesting. It might be worth a look-see, see what it's all about. Okay. Then we have over here some banner ad examples. Of course, this is from 2017, so it's not the latest of the late, but let's look at some of these examples, right? So you know, here's some cool cows that are wearing glasses,
Oh,
right?
that's cool. I like that.
And you know, it's a pretty simple animation, but it's pretty effective, right? Um, Here's another one. And what's interesting about this one is it looks really dynamic. It looks like there's a lot going on, but really what's dynamic is the graphic design. Like the cha-ching is really angled and it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a swoopy font, and the woman in the middle is really dynamic. And then there's the confetti falling down, and but there's not really, if you analyze it, there's not really a lot going on. It's certainly not beyond your capabilities to do something like this, but the whole ad just really screams, "Oh, I'm alive! I'm here! Check me out!" You know, so it's a good attention getter. Um, let's see. I'm hoping this one is gonna animate at some point. Well, okay. I'm not seeing much of an animation in there. Okay. So anyway, that was this page. It just has a couple of examples. And then here's another link, creating banner ads. This one's 2 years old, so I got to update my information. But anyway, this has just data. So you know what kind of format should I choose? A GIF, a Flash, or an HTML5? And this talks about different popular trends in animation, animated ads. You can see some of the background. Here's something called a responsive interactive ad. And what happens is the ad plays, and then you get to click on it and like go, you know, browse through a shop a little bit. Um, Here's something called a split screen animated ad. Let's see if this will, I don't know if it'll play or not. It might just be a graphic. Yeah, it's just a graphic. Um, let's see, expandable banner ads. Okay, here we'll hit accept on that. Um, Expandable banner ads are banner ads that maybe are off on the side, and when you roll over them, they expand out into the page, or they can expand down from the top. I'm sure you guys have all seen those. And you guys can make those if you want. I can show you how to do them. This is a 3D ad where like this 3D creature actually comes out on your screen in front of the background. You're like, what the heck is going on, you know? Let's see. And the winner is Fiat Chrysler with their interactive body-controlled banner. In order to promote their last car model, the company released an HTML5 video game that simulates the sensation of driving an Abarth 124 Spider. Let's see.
Blood pumping, hair raising, bare knuckle performance. That's what it feels like to drive the new Abarth 124 Spider.
Here we go!
But to launch the Spider, we had to reach thrill-seeking car lovers who were often stuck at work. So, we took the Abarth to them, introducing the body-controlled banner game. To give people the thrill of driving an Abarth 124 Spider, we built the world's first body-controlled driving game in HTML banner.
Oh, wow.
Using webcam technology and a custom algorithm to track motion, we turned the players into the controller. It wasn't easy. Having only standard browser features at our disposal, we needed to ensure maximum capability of web camera tracking with a variety of user environments, and strict limitations around banner file size, as well as CPU load. This all made for an interesting challenge. Users needed to feel every twist and every turn. So working directly with YouTube, we created highly efficient processing algorithms to make the live camera tracking responsive enough to perform along with the high frame rate game in the same browser window. We delivered a smooth gaming experience for Abarth fans, managing to squeeze motion tracking, slick graphics, and genuine engine sounds into a humble YouTube banner, a first of its kind, and the results speak for themselves.
Wow, that looks fun, huh? What do you guys think? Wouldn't it be fun to work on an ad like that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and then the last thing here, 50 tips for designing the perfect web banner ad. So these are tips that you can use when you're designing your ads. Okay. So use stylistic typography and image pairings so you can see, you know, that this is a very holiday type of feel, and then they've paired the font with that. Okay, here's one that's very much about style. and they've tried to make it once again a similar sort of high class ad, and then this, once again, holiday and a little holiday font there, right? You can see there, this is a whole ad campaign, and they're trying to be very consistent with the line underneath the text and everything, the little tagline underneath, right? So then they say create hierarchy, right? Which of course means what do you see first and then what do you see next? So let me make this smaller so it's easier for us to see the whole ad, right? Wow.
That's a lot.
I think that is too much.
It is way too much. It takes away from the cake. That makes the cake not even look good no more. Too much yabba dabba doing going on.
Yeah, I think this is a bad example. I think I was going to say this is an example of what not to do, right? Yeah. Let's see if Trevor says here. I'm hungry. I just see the cake first. You know what they should have done? They should have put the cake at the top.
They should have put the cake at the top and lured you down to the sale.
Okay. So it says use relevant icons. So, obviously these are little icons that we see, sort of Google Map icons and photography icons. Here's one that shows a restaurant and reviews, like Yelp kind of reviews. So I like that ad. I think it's not too busy. It's getting close to being too busy up here, but it's still relevant, Okay. Add in unexpected elements. Come to Google and do cool things that matter. Let's see. Skipping a typeface and writing out your message like Google's done here is a great solution. So this grabs your attention because everything else on the page is a really, very specific hardline font, and this is handwritten, right? And then that color green is so like off the map that it really grabs your attention. Okay. Incorporate illusions. Grow with Google. Get found in Frederick. Okay. Corporate. Oh, I'm sorry. Illustrations. I said illusions. I'm looking at like, what's the illusion? What are they trying to?
Me too.
Is it magic?
I was like, is it gonna disappear? What's going on?
Okay, and so illustrations, right? Adjust your layout. This banner ad for Fat Cow shows perfectly how you can design your layout to work with a multitude of banner sizes. Okay, let's see. Wow. If you worked for a company and your job was, internet / graphic design, person, print / web design person, you could easily be doing a job like this. They would give you the components of the ad and they would say, we have 12 different formats that we do ads in. We need you to go ahead and do a layout for every one of those formats. And then you have to take these same features like the Fat Cow logo, the Weirdo Cow, the 315, this font, the background, the button, and you have to, look at how many different ways. I mean, this is the classic banner ad. This is large banner. This is a square. That's a large square. I'm sorry, this is a square. This is a rectangles, a small square. These are what are called skyscrapers, and then a wide skyscraper. So, yeah, that is some serious design going into that. Okay, use bright colors. Let's make this big again. Okay, so obviously something like the bright colors are going to stand out, right? Keep it simple. With somebody like Coke, you can get away with simplicity because everybody recognizes the color, that Coke red, and the Coca-Cola logo. Stay current. So here's the latest Star Wars movie. I guess that's how they're staying current. Use texture. Okay, I guess there's some texture in there. It's so kind of pixelated, it's kind of hard to see that. Well, I guess that's texture, that all that stuff there. Okay, appeal to your niche. So, clearly they're targeting you know, target shoppers who have children or are about to have children. Show don't tell. So lots of information being. This is very clever. I guess this is multivitamins for preteens, and it's showing all the vitamins and stuff that they get. This is a really cool ad. Do you guys like this Target ad?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so have a clear focal point. So you can see how your eye has no choice but to go there, and then the legs just pull you down the ad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Make a reference using imagery. How do you take yours? The coffee, right? Let your product shine out, stand out. Notice it's on a gray background.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, create angles so the angular, you know, brings your eye into the frame. Okay, you can use some overlays like that. Okay, and so I'm not going to do all these. I think there's 50 of them in here. So let me stop at 20. So we'll do 2 more. So set the scene. Be creative with your type.
That's cool.
And use stylized illustration. Okay. All right. So anyway, this and you know, there's 30 more. So if you guys want some ideas when you're working on your ads to spice them up a little bit, then come to this little link right here. Okay. Now what I want to do at this point is just give you guys some time to work on your ads and just be here for you if you have questions. So what you'll need to do is I think they may have fixed the problem with the Adobe software. I know that some of you guys tried to download the Adobe software and you were only able to download the trials. But if you go back into the Adobe site now, I think you can download the full program. So, you know, if you don't have the program, go in there and get Adobe Animate. If you don't have the book, definitely get the book, because doing the first, you know, doing the chapters will help teach you how to use the program, and that'll help you do the projects. So why don't you guys spend some time right now working on your ad? You know, whether you're in the sketching stage or, you know, the actual creating a mock-up in Adobe Animate, and then I'll just give you some time to work on that, and I'll just be here if you have any questions you want to ask me. Okay?
Thank you.
Welcome.